I would love for employees to come to work for my organisation and be healthier because of it. And I think employees are in a unique position to develop those health, well-being, positive lifestyle interventions between the ages of 20 and 70, whatever that may be. It's a massive chunk of someone's life, and work is a big part of someone's life. And if we can support those people to be healthier, to me, that's really powerful.
I think the implications are quite big, and they haven't actually arrived yet. They're still far in the future, but we're heading towards it quite quickly. There's a lot of work still to be done, and a lot of it's festering, and there doesn't seem to be a sense of urgency to get there very quickly, but it's looming. So I think what we can do now will help us going forward, because people are living longer, they're working for longer.
It's quite nice to have the older workers and the younger workers on a multi-generational team, because you get the different opinions and you get that older person's perspective on things rather than someone who might not have as much knowledge or experience.
Multi-generational working, I think it's just happening. It's great to have the diversity in teams. Different people at different life stages will bring different perspectives.
A guide would be great. Yes, every employer is different and every workforce is different, but it's just a basic guide. Strategies don't have to be 50 pages long. It really doesn't need to be. It's just what are you going to do and how are you going to do it, and having a little bit of a guide will be useful.
Some of them enjoy working, they'll come back to work. Some don't enjoy working, but they have to work. So it's just understanding what people's needs are, and then trying to do what we can to support them as well, while enabling the business to move forward as well. I think early education on finances is big, and it's missing. There's a massive gap there, and people don't understand that saving now as a internal grad or a young person is going to make my life easier at retirement. I can choose to leave work, have a life, come back to work later on in life. So I think there's a few different moving parts, but people need to take interest. Employers need to do what they can to support as well.
People living longer means that employers need to adapt and change and support people to stay in work for longer. For me, the big bit for me is around flexibility. Older workers may not want to work full time. They may have responsibilities outside of work, spending time with grandchildren, looking after their health well-being. They may want to do those social things and may not want to work full time, and having some flexibility around that is important. I think from a health perspective, how can we make those people healthier? How can they continue to work for longer? And I think that as an employer responsibility is really powerful, and I think it's something that certainly all employers should be doing. The We Care programme that's offered to our employees is again really powerful, but we do things like burnout prevention, counselling for significant life events, but is there actually anything there for supporting people who are older and who want some guidance around what you can maybe do to remain in employment for longer? That's something that I would probably like to see as well, to see could we guide people to those type of services to make some decisions and ask for the right help and support to stay in the workplace. So that's how I feel people like the government could offer in terms of the pledging, and also Canada Life could offer in terms of support specific to certain organisations.
It would be great to see, again, if we're making claims, so the default isn't, is this person working full time? What is their working hours? What are their working hours? There's always that assumption it is 37.5 hours, but let's move the dial on that, and let's ask the question, what are they doing? And maybe it will become more individualistic.
As people are ageing, they might feel like they need somewhere to turn, and they need that support from their employer, and that's where Canada Life come in, because they do offer all those additional services.